Hi, this is Sean. Welcome to GuitarReferenceGuide.com. Hope everybody's doing really well today. I'm going to be taking you through 8 easy jazz chords that'll take you through almost any jazz standard. We're going to be exploring the guide tones, and we're also going to be looking at a couple of diminished chords. And then when I get done explaining it and going through these chords, I'm going to give you some examples of how you can use these chords to navigate through a standard that has a lot of extensions. That's one of the hardest things when you start playing. Lots of times you'll see all these extensions. You'll see minor 7 flat 5, 8 13, D7 flat 9, and if you're just getting started, lots of times that's a lot of chords to get under your belt. So a great way to get started is to understanding the guide tones and understanding these 3-note chords, because they're relatively easy to play. And once you know these 8, you can get through almost any tune. If you click on the link below, there's a free PDF of I've given you all these basic chords in G and all these basic chords in C. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to talk a little bit about is chord construction. Now, your basic chord families are your major 7. When you're playing jazz, lots of times you're seeing a lot of 7 chords. So that's really essential to get familiar with your 7 chords. So starting with the G major 7 chord, you would typically have a 1, a 3, a 7, and a 5. Now, with the chords that I'm going to show you, we're going to omit the 5, and we're just going to be playing the 1, the 3, the 1, the 7, and the 3. And these are called the 3 and the 7 are called your guide tones. This is also great for soloing. So we're going to start with a G major 7 chord. So a G major 7 chord is going to look like this. We're going to have G, which is my 1, F sharp, which is my 7, and B, which is my major 3rd. And that's a G major 7 chord right there. Now I can finger that like this with my index, 2nd and 3rd finger. Lots of times I'll play that like this. 2nd finger, 3rd finger, and pinky on the 7 and the 3. So that would be my major 7 chord. Now, if I go to a dominant 7 chord, a G dominant 7 chord, watch how easy this is. I just move the 7 over to make that a flat 7. Now I have 1 flat 7 and 3. Now say you were learning a standard and all of a sudden you saw a G13 chord, or you saw a G7 flat 9. Instead of hitting that chord, you could just hit a G7 chord. It's going to work fine, and in a lot of cases it'll even work better if someone's soloing, because you're staying out of their way harmonically and you're giving them space to improvise. You're not going to clutter the space harmonically. So the dominant 7 chord would look like this. We have 1 flat 7 and major 3. Those are the guide tones for G7. Now, to go to the minor 7, G minor 7, you just move your major 3rd over, you flatten it, and now you have a flat 3. So now we have a 1, flat 7, and a flat 3. So you could play that chord like this, 2nd finger, 3rd finger, pinky, or you could play with your 2nd finger and just flatten your 3rd finger. This is a really good way to do it. I'm skipping the A string. And so just to review, so far we have G major 7, G dominant 7 by flattening the 7, G minor 7 by flattening the 3rd. So with those 3 chords, you'll be able to get through most anything. I mean, a lot of jazz standards just have those chords in them. The next chord we're going to look at, because you also see this one a lot, is the diminished chord. Now this diminished chord, I'm going to be playing the double flat 7, which is just like a 6. So this is going to be a G diminished chord, G diminished 7 chord. So here I have a double flat 7 or a 6. So here's my 7, double flat turns it into 6, and then here I have my minor 3rd, which is my B flat. And that's your G diminished 7 chord. So to review, G major 7, G dominant 7, flattening the 7, G minor 7, flattening the 3rd, G diminished, double flat 7, and minor 3rd. See that? Usually play that like that. Now we're going to go to the C's. For the C's, we're going to start with a C major 7. So for the C major 7, we're going to have 1, 1, 3, and dominant 7, or major 7 here. Straight 7, 1, 3, 7. So our chords, our notes are C, E, and B. That's our major 7 chord. You can say it like that. Same concept as over the G. To make this a C7 chord, all we do is flatten the 7th. The chord formula for this is 1, 3, flat 7. All I had to do is move over that 7. Now I have a C7 chord. To make this a C minor 7, I move my index finger over a half step. That's a C minor 7 right there. A little bit of a stretch. You could also play that like this if you wanted to. Third finger, index, pinky. I like to play it like this. Second finger, index, and third finger. The next chord we're going to look at is going to be a C diminished 7 chord. So here we're going to have 1. Now for this voicing, I'm going to have the 5 in. Now the 5 on a diminished chord is flat. So we have 1. We're going to have our flat 5 here. And we have our double flat 7 right here, which is also like our 6. There's our C diminished 7. Now if you want to add the minor third in there, you just put your pinky down right there onto the 4th fret. So now let's go through all of our C guide tone basic chords. We have C major 7, C dominant 7, we flatten a 7, C minor 7, we flatten a 3rd, and then C diminished 7, play the flat 5 and the double flat 7. If you want to, you can add the 3. So now I'm going to go through the last 8 bars of Stella by Starlight. This has a lot of extensions in it, and instead of playing it as it is in the song, first I'll play it as it is in the song, and then I'm going to play it using these little guide tone bass chords. So the last 8 bars would have E minor 7 flat 5, then we'd have A7 flat 9, then we would have a D minor 7 flat 5, then we would have a G7 flat 9, then we would have a C minor 7 flat 5, F7 flat 9, and B flat major 7. So that's a lot of extension chords. So to make this a lot easier, if we just played with the voicings that I showed you earlier, instead of playing E minor 7 flat 5, we just play E minor 7. It's going to work totally fine. So we have 7, 5, and 7. There's my E minor 7. Instead of playing A7 flat 9, we're just playing regular A7 here. 1 flat 7 major 3. Instead of playing B minor 7 flat 5, D minor 7. Same shape as if we were playing E minor 7. Now we're playing D minor 7, leaving out the flat 5. Now we're going to G7. We're not playing the flat 9, but this is also going to work fine for when you're starting. And then we're going to have C minor 7 flat 5. Once again, we're just going to play C minor 7. I'm going to play that like this from the root 6. And then I'm going to go to, instead of going to F7 flat 9, I could just play F7, which would be 8, 7, and 8. And then we're all set up at B flat major 7. I'm going to play through that real slow. So hope this video helped. The PDF, just click the link below and you'll see the PDF. Totally free. And these are great chords to use. They also work really well for walking bass lines. If you're doing walking bass lines, they're nice small chords. And they work for just about everything. So if you like this video, please subscribe, click the link below, hit the notifications button if you want to be notified when I do a new video. And that's about it. Hope everyone has a great day and look forward to seeing you at my next video.